So before you decide to not watch my video because it's over 5 minutes long, I had to do my reading for the convention, so that's included in here, which took up about 3 minutes. So.
Woke up a little late, but we're on our way down to the convention. We're at the General Caucus and Award Ceremony where we were honored last year, but not honored this year.
Welcome. This morning is our chance to get together and celebrate lots and lots of wonderful awards.
You all, I can't follow up on having the t-shirt, but and I can't do what the fellow from Auburn last night did, throwing off my clothes, but I do read, so yes, I heard the applause for my not throwing off anything. Well, I want to welcome you to our wonderful convention. We are in a way cursed by success. Convention of over 1,100 people, the largest we've had.
I'm about to read in like 15 minutes. I'm really excited. I'm really nervous.
Presenters today are Vincenzo Balistrieri, and he's from Cardinal Stritch University. He'll be talking about a man, Louis Erickson. Is that right? Okay.
Hi, everybody. I don't like to preface pieces, but I have a letter from a president in mine, and because it's a president letter, there's some blacked out portions. So while I'm reading, this is a blacked out section because I can't speak highlighter. Okay. A man, Louis Erickson. Louis Erickson never once found a purpose for a map. Louis Erickson was raised by nuns and held on to no faith. Louis Erickson attended Mass and a lunch date with John F. Kennedy, November 21st, 1963. Louis Erickson, during his life, aligned 3 small stones on his windowsill, above his bed, commenting it was all the guidance he needed. Never willing to dispose of it, Louis Erickson still possessed the same map his very late uncle used to discover the United States of America over 1,000 years ago. George C. Wallace, on the posture of Louis Erickson, said, "For a proud man, he leans far too forward toward the ground." Louis Erickson stood 6'1", but walked 5'8". Never married by church or by law, Louis Erickson left a legacy down the eastern coast. Louis Erickson strictly believed there was no pleasure in politics or in religion. Louis Erickson prided himself on being fertile. Louis Erickson, in one night, rented 3 hotel rooms on the 3rd of March, 1963, in Roanoke, Virginia. Harvey Gant, I knew I was going to mess it up when I wrote it. Harvey Gant, on the stance of Louis Erickson, said, "Louis sat well but walked like he carried the weight of his ancestors." Found in President John F. Kennedy's desk, a note containing the assumed name of Louis Erickson. "Jackie has informed me that the actions of Louis, his movement down the eastern coast. I know that you and Louis shared close moments and will forever be close to you. Your paths are entwined, yours and... I ask you not to forget, but please remember that the past is past, dear, a past you left in better hands. My departs at, all calls will be forwarded to. We will discuss the matter of Louis when I return home. Love, John." Louis Erickson possessed an original sunstone, circa 1000 AD, from his very late uncle who discovered America. Louis Erickson was a Viking by heritage and a traveler by necessity. Louis Erickson, at a rest stop in Massachusetts, used a road map for paper because the toiletries in the bathroom would not suffice. During his life, Louis Erickson hired 3 women to escort him to a dinner. Ordering 3 plates of food, he left before the entree, taking with him his silverware. Louis Erickson held many women, but was engaged only once. Harvey Nat met Louis Erickson for coffee the day after semester started. The meeting was brief, Harvey reporting that Louis was simply checking in. Louis Erickson once held a woman so close that her breath fogged 3/4 of his vision. Louis Erickson refused the use of a map, stating, "Direction is in my blood, and sure enough, my blood runs through my feet." Louis Erickson traveled with a compass and once owned by another Louis. Louis Erickson entered a voting booth only once and only to find out what state he was in. Jacqueline Kennedy met Louis Erickson for a final time in late May of 1952. Louis Erickson traveled across all states touching the Atlantic Ocean, claiming it is as close to my history as I can achieve, not something to walk away from. During his life, the connections Louis Erickson made were made only with influential people, though at the time, Louis Erickson had no idea of their potential or their status. Jacqueline Kennedy, on the posture of Louis Erickson, said, "A man with a backbone, possibly double-jointed." Louis Erickson was the father of 26. On November 22nd, 1963, Louis Erickson touched his cheeks, Finding them damp, he dried them with a map of Louisiana and crossed himself. Lewis Erickson never used the word love, but loved to make it regularly. Lewis Erickson held onto 3 rings, 2 belonging to his mother, the last engraved JB. A final letter found mailed to 3 separate locations, authored at the hand of Mr. Lewis Erickson. Dearest friends, I have taken my travels. Reaching the end, I would refuse the use of a map if asked again. Best, Lewis Erickson.
Don't forget to keep watching, subscribe, and I will see you soon.